Wow, that's the great Eddie Higgins playing piano there. I'm a little early. I'm a minute early, so I'll just sit here. Oh, that's okay. Better early than late, right? There's that buzzing. I think I got rid of the buzzing. Um, I just found out that I can leave messages through YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can leave messages. Also, there's the chat window on my website. Then there's Facebook messages I'll get. I think that, to me, this is like fun of it for me is to see your comments. And there's Amy. Hey, from Detroit City. We had like close to 90 degrees here today. It was actually too hot. But my plan is to go back to Michigan at the end of May. I'm still on track for that, I think. You know, there's new changes every day. So since I'm a minute early, I can chat a little bit, right? And I did have a song list, but I never follow it. So I'm going to start with Ron was talking about Miles Davis, the So What chord. And Amy, I'm sure you've heard that lick, right? I was playing with a great bass player named Elgin Vines. I think, Amy, you probably know him or have heard of him at least. He's in Grand Rapids area, one of the finest bass players. Actually, he told me Oscar Peterson asked him to go on the road with him, but he had a family and he had didn't want to travel on the road. Can't blame him. I was kind of in the same boat, but I was able to play gigs in Chicago. Being in a large metropolitan area, I could play gigs in Chicago till 9-10 gigs a week if I wanted to, and I did when I had kids growing up. So let me get this window over here. There we go. So anyway, Elgin wrote me an email, said he's thinking of visiting Sedona. Of course, this was before all the stuff broke out. But hey, Joe. Joe Sturmer's in the house. So what I was driving at was, I forgot what I was driving at. Jane Barlow. Yeah, Miles Green. All right. Miles Green, my old buddy from, speaking of Chicago, we used to play at this restaurant that had, I was the second piano player. I was the opening act for Miles Green. So I'd play my little intro, and then Miles would come in with his show with Jimmy Damon and some other great singers. Those were the days, huh, Miles? And then we used to run into each other on Rush Street all the time in the really older days. So I was talking about Elgin Vines, but I forget why. He was a great bass player. And all right. Oh, I know. I was playing a gig with him just last summer, and the band, we were trying to decide what to play at the concert. And the band leader said, "Let's play So What." Elgin, you got to like that song. It's got the bass lick in it. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. And he said, "I don't want to play that song. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to play that song." to him, it was like the Proud Mary of jazz bass players, I guess. So, but this one. Gonna start a little mellow here with some mellow blues. Since Ron Bacon was talking about Miles Davis. Janice, Traverse City, checking in. I like to talk while I'm playing sometimes, that's right. I used to sometimes talk through a whole song with a customer, shake hands, whatever, you know. Of course, we don't shake hands too much these days, but, you know. Sally Blakesley Schindel has a request. Jill, got a story to tell you about that. I played on Jill's gig last night. Kind of a gig. I don't know what you call it. There are no gigs. Anyway, I gotta concentrate on my jazz here. All Blues. That's Miles Davis. And story of last night goes, Jill Trenholm, who lives actually nearby here, a mile or less from where I live. And it was just a beautiful night here in Sedona last night. It was like perfect temperature. And Jill plays outside of her house sometimes, and the neighbors come and listen, scattered, 20 feet apart or whatever. It kind of reminds me of in Italy where they would lean out their windows and sing to each other. And so Jill calls me and says, "Hey, Steve, I want to come over. I'll set you up a spot, 20 feet away from me, and we can play some stuff," because we used to jam together when we were next door neighbors. So yeah, I said, sure. Saturday night, no gigs. Might as well do something, fun, useful, constructive. So, hey, Bishop, the Bebop Bishop is watching. David McManus from St. Luke's Church, Sedona, which has the jazz series, which is temporarily on hold, which will be back. So I go over to Jill's and set up my piano. We had all of a sudden, a good number of people, 15 people, I'm guessing, just roughly. But they were all, socially distant, sitting apart, and we're playing songs that I'll leave out the part about the Russian guy who played guitar. That's a whole nother story. You can see the video on my Facebook page if you want to see that. That is a hoot. But anyway, so the police car comes up while we're playing outside, and these 15 people are sitting there, and we're playing kind of mellow music, nothing loud, rock and roll or anything. So we, after about 10 minutes, the police car is still there, and somebody says, "Is everything okay, officer?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm just listening to the music." He has a big smile on his face, really liked the music, and he kind of slowly pulls away. So that was the good part of the story. And then I get a text. I hope Jill, it's okay if I tell this story. But anyway, so last night I get a text from Jill saying, "Oh, the policeman stopped by her house late at night and said, you can't have gatherings like this anymore." So that was kind of sad, but bummer. We called that a bummer. Back in the day, that's what we called it. Yeah. And Mac the Knife. Anne-Marie. Good evening. It's evening in New Brunswick, Canada, far eastern Canada. Cheryl Bartlett, speaking of the East Coast, the commissioner from Massachusetts. You've got to be busy. Wow, I appreciate your taking the time to come here, Cheryl. I'm sure you're really busy. She is an authority, expert on matters of health, and of course that's what we're dealing with now. So thank you for coming, Cheryl. Oh, that shark has pretty teeth there, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has no teeth there, and he keeps it out of sight. Oh, when that shark bites with his teeth there, silent billows start to spread. Fancy gloves though wears old McKeith dear, so there's not a single solitary piece of red on that sidewalk on a Sunday morning. Lies a body, oh, who's in life? Someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Take it, Steve. Okay. tugboat down by the river going slow. There's some in Vegas, ooh, it's dropping down. The cement's just for the way, dear. I'll bet you that Mackey's back in town. Oh, Jenny Diver, oh, Polly Peachum, oh, and everybody else. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that line farms on the right, dear. I bet you that Mackey's back in town. Oh, Mackey's back in town. Mackey's back in town. Roger, Mackey's back. Yeah. All right, Ginger is in the house. Ginger Sebastian. And she has a request, which I happen to know it. And I never let a concert or recording session hardly ever go by without a Duke Ellington song, and this is one Duke Ellington song. Cigarette holder, which wakes me over her shoulder. She takes me out getting that satin down. Now, baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo. You're flipping, speaks Latin, that satin down. She's nobody's fool, so I'm playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl. I ain't for no girl catching me. Sweet Cherudy, telephone numbers. You know I'm doing my rumbas with Uno and batten my satin down. Let's try the other camera. I think I should have worn pants. But I wore a tie. Okay. Cigarette holder, which wigs me over her shoulder. She digs me out getting that satin down. Well, baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo. You're flipping. Latin, that satin down. She's nobody's fool, so I'm playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Switcheroonie, telephone numbers. You know I'm doing my rumbas with Uno and batten my swinging satin down. And that's my satin down. All right, Sandy, hello. Name of your last sailboat was Satin Doll. All right. That's a good name for a sailboat, Satin Doll. Sherry and Jerry. Well, I'm playing some bouncy swing already. So I'm going to do some Sinatra a little bit, and then maybe get into some other things. So let's take it nice and easy, because that's the only way to do it. Okay. Boy, what a great group. I love this. I mean, this is so much fun. The only thing that would be better is if it was like a Zoom type thing where I could see everybody. And maybe I'll try to figure that out. I don't know. I think other people are doing that. So I'm just way behind technologically, I guess. What was I saying? Oh, nice and easy. But that's is the name of a song, but that's not the song that I'm doing because summer is coming. I will do, okay. Amy, you want to hear Nice and Easy? Is that what you thought I was going to do? Me and my big mouth. Okay, I'll do Nice and Easy. Let's take it nice and easy. It's going to be so easy for us to fall. Little reverb. Hey baby, what's your hurry? Relax and don't you worry. We're gonna fall in love. We're on the road to romance, that's safe to say, but let's make all the stops along the way. The problem now, of course, is to simply hold your horses. To rush would be a crime. Nice and easy does it every time. Let's take it nice and easy. It's going to be so easy for us to fall in love. Hey baby, what's your hurry? Relax, don't you worry, we're gonna fall in love. We're on the road to romance, that's safe to say, but let's make all the stops along the way. The problem now, of course, is to simply hold your horses. To rush would be a crime. Oh, nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it every time. Yeah, nice and easy. All righty. Well, I really like looking at all these chats. You know, you can chat in Facebook, or if you leave a comment on YouTube, I can see that too. And I also, there's the chat window on my website page, and it's really great to. Hey, Miles, that's a good idea. Do 2 pianos on Zoom. Hey, Miles, you know Sammy Scott. She's doing a thing where her husband is a technological wizard, you know. Sammy Scott's husband, Jim, and she's doing a thing where she invites singers to come to her Zoom session, and she accompanies them. Which, just for anybody out there who doesn't know about Zoom or the internet, there's a lag time between when you're trying to interact with each other, and that's a very difficult thing to do, to actually perform with somebody on the internet. I've seen it on TV a little bit. They've tried to figure it out, and you have to. It's just not easy. So anyway, Sammy Scott's doing it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a good idea. All right. So little show tune here from Cole Porter. Dorothy Parker once said to her boyfriend, "Fare thee well." As Columbus announced before he was bounced, it was swell, it's about swell. As Abelard said to Eloise, "Don't forget to make a vote to me, please." Juliet cried into Romeo's ear, "Romeo, why not face the facts, my dear?" Well, it was just one of those things, just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then rings. It was just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings. It was just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it before we'd started painting the town, have been aware that this love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. We thought a bit of the end of it before we'd started painting the town. We have been aware that this love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. All right. And Amy says that's a great track, and I'm not sure if this is the track I'm thinking of, but there was a track on one of my CDs where I thought that I sang it. Actually, Marcus Belgrave sang it. Did he sing on that track? Amy, do you remember, or did I sing it? I can't even remember. Joyce is in the house. Joyce in Austin, Texas. Joyce in Austin, Texas. That's the only Joyce I know. It has to be the Joyce. Yes, welcome. Glad you're listening. And I'm going to do our song before the afternoon is over, before the session is over. Maybe I can find. Hold on. Well, you'd think I'd be able to. Okay. You think I'd be able to remember the lyrics to this one, but. Out of the blue, found myself thinking of you. I'm gonna. I can't. No, I can't do it because I don't. There's a line in the song I don't remember. Anyway, Joyce Calloway and I wrote this song. Joyce Dushare Calloway, and I'm gonna take a minute to find the lyrics. I knew I should have been more prepared. Oh well, I'm gonna do some Michel Legrand in the meantime, but I'll get to it. Let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens. Want someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him hold you and watch what happens. Cold, I can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you. And what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. Oh, let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens. Want someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him hold you and watch what happens. Cold, no, I can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you. And what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. And while Joyce is here, I'm going to do the song that Joyce and I wrote it was actually for a musical that never got produced or performed, and it wasn't Raison d'etre. It was the other one. What was the? Oh, hi, Rooney. Rooney Ducher is in the house. Thank you for coming. And Out of the Blue was for another musical that Joyce had written that we never quite finished. It was called Space Cadets. So I'm going to play the instrumental since I can't remember all the words. I might throw in some of the words, but I'm sure maybe Joyce will prompt me on some of the words here. We wrote this song together. Joyce wrote the lyrics generally, and I wrote the music, although we contributed a few pieces exchanged. I contributed a couple lyrics, and she contributed some musical licks. So this is called Out of the Blue. Springtime and summer, I felt a thrall that kept me thinking of you. Out of the blue, life was anew. I thought I'd Blue written by Joyce Calloway and myself. Okay. I think it's time for a little boogie woogie. And we got to have some boogie woogie fans out there. You know, I forgot my wind protector, and I'm getting all my S's and P's and pops and pop, pop, pop in this microphone. And, you know what? We're just going to, maybe it fell off. Oh, thank you, Janice. Janice likes the song. Thank you very much. Clap, clap, clap. Boogie woogie. But I'm going to get the cap thing to my microphone. Oops. You know, I should have worn pants, but you can't think of everything. Okay, boogie woogie. Tommy Dorsey, one of the greatest big bands, maybe the top three of the old big band era. His biggest hit was Boogie Woogie. So I grew up on Boogie Woogie because my dad was a Boogie Woogie player in Chicago. And he had all the Boogie Woogie records, the 78s, you know, Pete Johnson, Meade Lux Lewis, all these guys. So I stole all those licks. Of course, Tommy Dorsey stole the licks from those guys. So I hope the piano's not too loud. Here we go. Here's the basic boogie woogie lick right here. All right. That's the boogie woogie. The boogie woogie. So, boogie woogie woogie. Boogie woogie woogie. You know what? I'm just going to chat with you for a minute and take a little break here. And it's about time to open up a little bottle of wine. I got this Clos du Bois here. Actually, I can go back to this. And since nobody's buying me a drink, I don't know. Nobody's going to buy me a drink. I guess I got to bring my own. I worked with a drummer at the Intercontinental, very posh hotel downtown Chicago, right at Michigan Avenue on the river. And this drummer was kind of famous. He worked with Joe Williams and Ray Brown, and one of the best drummers I ever worked with. But he liked to have drinks during the breaks. So the manager told him, you can't sit at the bar during the breaks. So the next night he brings in a whole shopping bag full of whiskey and beer, and he just sat over in the corner of the room. And these damn musicians, you know. So feel free to join me and have a. It's almost 5 o'clock in Arizona. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? But I am going to play some more, so don't go away. Did I bring a glass? Yes. Since I broke all my wine glasses, these I actually like these better. All right, cheers to everybody. This is Steve's virtual piano bar. Boy, I wish I had that cover for the mic. Well, I'm going to go get it. Can I set this? You're not supposed to set drinks on the piano, right? No, I can't do that. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This little thing goes on the mic. Let's see. Let me turn it down. And then that keeps out some of the noise and the pops and stuff. So, hey, Al Bondar, geez, all the way from northern Michigan. How you doing? You betcha. Alan Bondar, fine piano player, performer in his own right. We both played this gig this past summer at a place called the Sugar Bowl in Gaylord, Michigan. And we were, at one point, we were alternating nights. Oh, well, it's a long story, but of course, all the let's go to the end of the story. All the restaurants are closed now, so there's no gigs. That's really the crux of it. So cheers, everybody. Okay, that's a long enough break. Going back to some Sinatra. Since I don't think I need these earphones anymore. Yeah, let's get rid of that. There we go. Want to make sure I look properly dressed here, even though I don't have, oh well. I think I'll wear pants next time. It's not probably a good idea. You can't even tell though now, can you? Okay. The summer wind came blowing in across the sea. Lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and we strolled the golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites, days and nights went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella sky. Softer than a piper man, one day he called to. I lost you to the summer wind. I wonder if Sherry and Jerry are dancing. The autumn wind, the winter winds have come and gone, but still the days, the lonely days go on and on. Guess who sighs his lullabies to nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. Oh, the summer wind, the summer wind. All right. So Miles said he lost connection on Facebook. You know what? If people want to find me, they will find me. Miles is here. So there you go. Okay, for the dancers out there, or people who wish they were dancing, and I think there's like a sliver of a moon out there. So you can dance to the sliver of a moon. We'll call it moon dance. What a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance, neath the cover of October skies. The leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. I try to please to your call, have your heart straight that same sweet and low. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. The summer light seems to shine in your blush. I just have one more moon dance with you, my love. Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I want to make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning is gone. No, now the time is just right. Straight into my arms you will run. Because my heart will be waiting to make sure that we're never alone. Then all every time that I touch you, just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me there. You can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance, neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. Now try to please to your calling, have your heart straight that sweet, sweet low. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. The soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. I just have one more moon dance with you, my love. Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? One more moon dance. With you, my love. Hey, Ed Hassey is in the house. My old bass player. We worked together for 1,000,000 years at a lot of different places, especially Sage's in Arlington Heights. I think Miles Green probably played there too at some point. Sage's Restaurants. Yeah, Joy Dickens used to book that place. And Ed, I hope you're joining us with a little beverage. I just opened up. By the way, this is called Clos du Bois. You can't really see the label in the light, but okay, we're back on track. I think Clos du Bois, it brings back memories because my friend Tom King, who was a kind of a famous entrepreneur, married to a very famous Canadian lady, Barbara Ann Scott, who was a gold medal figure skate winner for Canada. And he used to love to give musicians projects, and he was a benefactor and help musicians out. And he would put on these recording sessions. He'd say, Steve, just hire whatever musician, the best musicians you want. We're going to do a big recording session, and just give me your regular rate. Don't overcharge me, but give me your regular rate for recording sessions. We'd have these like week-long recording sessions once a year, and that kept me afloat, when I had a family and stuff. So after these recording sessions, he would invite everybody and their spouses out to dinner at the best steakhouse in the area, and he'd order bottle after bottle of Clos du Bois. And he'd tell the waiter, I heard him say, just if the bottle gets half empty, replace keep bringing another bottle. So it would just have these big parties after the recording sessions. It was just, anyway, he was this sweet guy, very helpful. He's passed away since, and his wife, Barbara Ann Scott, won the Canadian gold medal in figure skating in 1948. And she was an amazing lady. So anyway, I'm going to do some blues, I think. Actually, I can change. I've been changing my mind this whole session. There's a song I wrote for Barbara Ann Scott, the Canadian figure skater, and Tom King, who I was just talking about, wrote the lyrics to the song, along with a friend of his named Topel, who was a writer for Bob Hope, and wrote lyrics to other songs. I don't even know. I can't even tell you which ones there, but Serenade to Gracie. Barbara Ann Scott's nickname was Gracie. And I wrote this song for her. Sarah, Gracie, you're my one true love. Kate Hawks is in the house. Oh, Gracie, you're my one true love. An angel sent from up above. Gracie, you're a sweet one. Knocks me off my feet, but just how lucky did I get? Oh, Gracie, you're so pert and fine. I can't believe your heart is mine. This year I need one. Never thought I'd meet one who could make my life complete. When you walked into the room, I couldn't believe my eyes. 'Cause when I walked into that room, I kid you not, that room became pure paradise. Gracie, you're my sun, my moon. You got me talking like a loon. So if I sound crazy, kind of weird and hazy, chalk it up to love and bloom. Oh, Gracie, you're my one true love. Gracie, you're my one true love. Gracie, you're a sweet one. Never thought I'd meet one who could make my life complete. Gracie, you're so pert and fine. I can't believe your heart is mine. Oh, Gracie, you're a neat one. Knocks me off my feet, but just how lucky did I get? When you walked into the room, I couldn't believe my eyes. 'Cause when I walked into that room, I kid you not, that room became pure paradise. Gracie, you're my sun, my moon. You got me talking like a loon. Gracie, you're a sweet one, knocks me off my feet, chalk it up to love and bloom. So if I sound crazy, kind of weird and hazy, chalk it up to love and bloom. Chalk it up to love and bloom. Oh, wow. Miles is having connection issues. I think Kate and Ed Hassey are doing okay. And Amy, you're still hearing us on Facebook, huh? Okay. Well, I don't know. Miles. Really glad you came, Miles. Thanks for stopping by. I got a request from Ed. Your Mind is, this is a blues tune from one of my heroes in the blues jazz world, Mose Allison. Anyway, I hope everybody's got a little, I'm getting texts and I cannot get texts, by the way. Oh, wow. See, people are trying to text me. And I can't get, that's one thing I can't get is texts. But sorry about that. So, Mose Allison was a white guy from Mississippi, but he just had a blues thing going on, really great. And he was also a songwriter with little philosophical lines in it. And he understood that people in nightclubs would talk a lot. People are talking and chatting while you're playing. You're not really doing a showcase performance usually when you're in a busy nightclub. So he wrote the song called Your Mind is on Vacation and Your Mouth is Working Overtime. Okay. You're sitting there yakking right in my face. Guess I'm gonna have to put you in your place. If silence were golden, you couldn't waste the time. Because your mind is on vacation and your mouth is working overtime. Oh, you're quoting figures, dropping names. You're telling stories about them dames. You're telling jokes, but they aren't very funny. You're trying to sound like you got big money. Well, if talking were criminal, you'd lead a life of crime. Because your mind is on vacation and your mouth is working overtime. Piano solo. I'll give you the keyboard look. Well, life is short and talk is cheap. Don't be making promises that you can't keep. And if you don't like this song I'm singing, just grin and bear it. All I can say is if the shoe fits, wear it. And if you must talk, please try to make it rhyme. Because your mind is on vacation and your mouth is working overtime. Holly Sandner, my darling daughter, says Dad put some pants on. Well, next time I'm going to wear pants. Forgot to this time. Brian Gallagher. Gallo. Okay, back in junior high school. Well, cheers, everybody. I'm going to keep on playing a few more songs. Then we got a lot of blues tunes I could do. Okay, there's the blues tune I like. Um, you had to be there. This is another song that I could call my theme song. It's old blues tune from the 50s. I don't want much, I just want a little bit. By the way, there is a tip jar. If you go to my website, it is right on the front page, sandnermusic.com. I put a link on the Facebook, I think, and I put a link on the YouTube site. So anyway, I hope you'll find my PayPal link. And tips are appreciated. Don't have to tip, but they are appreciated. Well, I don't want much, no. I just want a little bit. No, I don't want it all. I just want a little bit. Just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Turn the lights down low. Honey, slip me a kiss. Turn the lights down low. I just can't resist. Just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Oh, yeah, yeah, I want you forever, not just for peace of mind. Please say you'll never leave me until the end of time. Just a teeny weeny bit, just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't want much, not much. I just want a little bit. I don't want it all. Just want a little bit. Just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of it. Oh yeah, I want some money. Those things in life are free. One more time. Well, I don't want much. Just want a little bit. I don't want it all. I just want a little bit. Just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Oh, just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Just a teeny weeny bit. Just a teeny weeny bit of your love. Oh yeah. And we we got a request from Gallo. Harlem Nocturne, I played that song a long, long time ago, and I don't remember it. But Night Train, and I haven't done an instrumental all night, so. And it's been on for like 75 minutes, but I'm going to keep playing a few more songs if you want to stick around. We still have a pretty good group, I think, so. Night Train. Yeah. I remember when this song was popular in the 50s. Yeah, I remember that. And when I played some concerts and gigs in Grand Rapids, the wife of the sax player on that record and the leader of the band leader, and I forget his name, I'm so sorry, was always mentioning that her husband, who had passed away, was the band leader on that hit record. Also, anyway, I'm just going to play it, Night Train. One of my favorite versions by Oscar Peterson. But Night Train. Yeah. Hey, Leslie is here. The Utah piano vocal songwriter lady from northern Utah. She did a live concert the other night that was outstanding. And Marie. Yeah, that's a train song. I'm playing a long set. Yeah, this is longer than I usually go, but hey, I'm on a roll. I'm going to keep playing. I guess the sound is all right. Nobody's complaining too bad, except Miles is having internet connection problems up there in Evanston, Illinois. Done a Beatles song yet tonight, so I have my own arrangement of this one. And oh, Miss Lewis, how are you? From, don't tell me, London, Ontario? Does that sound right? I hope so. And I haven't played the song Georgia yet, and I haven't played a Beatles song. It looks like we're going to be here for a while, folks. So. It could possibly be on my end, but I don't know. I mean, the internet is sometimes a mystery to me. So Beatles, Georgia, on my mind. I was actually, it's funny, I was thinking of that song today. I said, all the sessions, I've done about 7 or 8 of these virtual piano bar sessions, but I haven't done the song Georgia yet. And that's like, it's probably, in the top 3 songs of all time for piano bars. Georgia on my mind. And Holly loves the Beatles. She heard her parents talk about them, I'm sure. Well, they're still popular. Actually, my granddaughter, Holly's niece, Rhea, loves the Beatles. She lives in Flagstaff. And she plays cello. So I wrote a little arrangement for piano and cello of Eleanor Rigby. And it has that kind of cool cello part in it, if you listen to it. So we had some fun with that. Anyway, I don't know Eleanor Rigby, but I'm going to do Georgia on my mind, and then I'm going to do a Beatles song and probably wrap it up after that. Probably. But okay, don't forget this is a virtual piano bar with Steve Sandner. And don't forget the virtual tip jar, which there is a link on my webpage at sandnermusic.com. And there is also a link on the Facebook post somewhere, I think. And if not, don't worry about it. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, the whole night through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song of rings as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms may reach out for me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams, I see the road leads back to Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. may reach out for me. Their eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Yeah. What are these little bugs doing in my wine glass? Good protein, right? Okay, yeah, Riders on the Storm. Jeez, let me. I hardly ever do this. I turn on the electric piano sound. Looks like I'll be doing just a couple more songs. We're riders on the storm. We're riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. We're riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet heaven, you will die. There's a killer on the road. Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand. Where on you depends, our life will never end. Girl, you gotta love your man. Yeah. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Everybody. Riders on the storm. Riders on yeah. I don't know, these bugs flew into my wine, so I'm going to dump it into my water glass since I don't need water. Who needs water? You know? And then pour a little fresh glass of wine. Yeah. I mean, if I'm fueled up, I could play all night, you know. I wonder what happened to the chat room on my website. And I wonder if we lost connection over there. Yeah, it's party time. Steve's virtual piano bar. Beatles. I did this song when I went to Singapore. Hi, Leslie. And it has sort of like that New Orleans flavor. Well, it doesn't. The Beatles don't do it with the New Orleans flavor, but I might have done it with a little New Orleans flavor. And these Singaporean musicians saying, "Hey, I really like that Fats Domino song you played." I didn't want to tell them that it was actually a Beatles song. Oh, darling, please believe me, I'll never do you no harm. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I nearly broke down and cried. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I nearly broke down and died. Oh, darling, please believe me, I'll never let you down, no, no, no. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I nearly broke down and cried. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I nearly broke down and died. Oh, darling, please believe me, I'll never let you down, no, 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 no. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. All right, the Beatles, the Fab Four. Sherry and Jerry are still here. I'm impressed. Hanging out for the whole. I've been playing for actually over an hour and a half, and I think I'm gonna do one more song. So, if there's a request, I can try that. Hi, Bohannon. I'm glad you're listening. My grand golden retriever, Bohannon, is in the chat. Crazy. My crazy daughter. Ms. Lewis? I never had the pleasure of pronouncing your first name in front of you, so I'm not even going to try. or your new nickname or whatever name that is. No requests. I'm just going to do a song then. You want to hear Lush Life? Holy moly! I actually have a cheat sheet for that, because I just worked it up this week. This is good time. It might be good timing. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks when I actually do it. Okay, I'm going to take a 30-second break to get my cheat sheet. Just a second. Now, this song is a hard song. This was written by Billy Strayhorn, who worked for Duke Ellington. But before he met Duke Ellington, when he was 18 years old, he wrote this song about the pain of falling in love, I guess. I know he was gay, so it might have had something to do with that. And he talks about romance and the lush life. Anyway, it's an amazing, if I can see the lyrics while I'm doing it. I'm going to try this song, and if I screw it up really bad, I'll have to do another song after that. But I'll try it. Where am I going to put this friggin' song? God bless. Let's see if I can do this. I'm probably going to disconnect myself. I think Ed Hassey and I used to play this song once in a while. If I'm going to do the song Lush Life, I have to take a glass of a drink. I can't see the words. I might screw up the visual here, but I've got to be able to see lyrics. John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman did an amazing version of this song. You got to really get in the mood for this song. I used to visit all the very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life from jazz and cocktails. The girls I knew had sad and sullen gray faces with discon gay traces that used to be there. You could see where they'd been washed away by too many through the day 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. I thought for a while that your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. Ah, yes, I was wrong. Again, I was wrong. Life is only again and only last year. Everything seems so sure. Now life is awful again, a trough full of hearts could only be a bore. week in Paris will ease the bite of it all. I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet I'm still burning inside my brain. Romance is mush, stifling those who strive. I'll live a lush life in some small dive. There I'll be while I ride with the rest of those whose lives are only two. A week in Paris will ease the bite of it all. I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is mush, stifling those who strive. I'll live a lush life in some small time. And there I'll be while I ride with the rest of those whose lives are only two. All right. Whew. Kylene, welcome. Okay, another Duke Ellington song to end it. I don't get around much anymore. And I don't know, I bet you Sherry and Jerry are all tired from dancing so much. I miss the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Well, I'd be lonesome without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. They'd be lonesome without you. I don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up memories? I've been invited on dates. Should have gone, but what for? It's awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Swing it. Okay, dance. Yeah, you dancers, let's swing. Let's twirl and whirl. A Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Well, I'd be lonesome without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my nevertheless, I stir up memories. I've been invited on dates, should have gone, but what for? It's awfully different without you. I couldn't bear it without you. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Okay, that's going to have to do it for today, folks. Thank you for coming and listening. Next time I'll wear pants. I learned my lesson, I think. And I'm just so happy each and every one of you came. And now it's time to have a little dinner or whatever. Enjoy your evening. It's actually early in Arizona. Might be a little bit later out in Michigan or in Canada, in New Brunswick. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. All right, Lush Life. I'm going to keep working on Lush Life. Hi, it's Anne-Marie. Thank you. Say Magnifica, and I'll do that song next time, I promise, Anne-Marie, and I'll maybe work up another French song. So, yeah. So this is my other scene, but I forgot to see. You can see my hands. I think people are just watching my hands, though. They don't really care about if I'm having pants on, right? Yeah. What the heck? All right. Thanks, guys. Bohannon, thanks for coming. Bohannon loved it. Thanks, Holly. And we'll see you next time. I can hang out for a little. I'm just gonna have a little drink if you have anything more to talk about. I wish I could see the people. So I know that people are doing these concerts on Zoom where they can see people, and it's just fun to see the chat. I mean, this is one of the most fun things about it. The No Pants Tour. You know, there was an old song. I'm just kind of goofing around, but when I learned these old songs that my dad knew, there was a song called "The Sheik of Araby." The Sheik of Araby, heart belongs to me. At night when you're asleep, into your tent I'll creep. And of course, the old time guys, these musicians were playing gigs since the 1920s, and I worked with them when I was younger. They do this song called "Oh, the Sheik of Araby, without no pants on, his heart belongs to me, without no pants on," and they would do that the whole song. You know, you had to be, I think, have a few drinks in order to get into it. All right, Amy's granddaughter danced during the set. So, a lot of you guys stuck it out to the very end. Actually, there's still quite a few people hanging out right now. And so, I don't know. What do you think about doing the Zoom thing, trying the Zoom thing? I don't know how that would work, actually. I had to, I've been streaming for several years now, actually. And it's a really good time to have those skills. I have the basic equipment. I don't have really top professional equipment, but I have enough good equipment to get me going on the streaming. And I have those skills, and I've also played a lot of solo piano bars. It really helps to have a bass player. And if a bass player wants to come by my house, I can put a couple of chords right outside the door. We can be socially distant here, and you can be on the other side of the door here, and we could do that. And we could share earphones and stuff. So it's possible to do that. Although last night we got busted by it sounds worse than it is, but the police politely asked us to not have gatherings anymore after we did an outdoor concert last night here in Sedona. And they said they hated to tell us that, but we thought we were being fairly responsible. We were keeping our distance from each other, but I understand. I do understand it. You got to be careful nowadays. Oh, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Wow, I'm getting all kinds of messages coming in. Yes. Kathy Ott. Joe, thanks Ginger, thanks to Sherry and Jerry and Sandy and Jack. Jackie, I didn't even know you were here, but I knew there were a lot of people here. There were, a couple dozen people at least. I think more than that actually at some point. And it's good. So we're winding down here. Thank you. Oh, northern Wisconsin. Jackie, you're in northern Wisconsin. Good. Cool. I wonder where Gallo is. What town is he in Wisconsin too? Or is he in Yeah, I think he's in Wisconsin. John Rockenbach came to a couple the last session. And thank you again to Sally Blakesley for posting in my high school Facebook page because I'm getting to say hello to a lot of old high school friends I haven't seen in a long time. So that's fun. It's just really fun. And I don't know if any of the ranch folks. Yeah, I will, Mrs. Lewis. I'll say hi to the people at the ranch. I don't know if anybody from the ranch was watching tonight. Maybe they're shy. They don't want to get into the chat. And they were watching. There had to be a lot of people watching in the background because there were a lot of people here at one time. And there were only about, 12 people who were in the chat room. So thanks, Holly Mata Katafata, daughter from Scottsdale. Thank you, everybody. And I'm just babbling on now, so we can just fade out into the night and have a nice evening. And well, every Wednesday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That means at 6 p.m. Chicago time. That means it's 4 p.m. Arizona time. So, but I've been doing it. I haven't missed one yet since the end of March. So I think I've done at least 7 of these. And I'm going to keep doing them Wednesdays and Sundays. Steve's virtual piano bar. Sometimes with pants and sometimes without pants. So we will see you next time. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Thanks. Well, I haven't got any more words of wisdom to add or any stories. Do I have any stories? I'm just really happy to be doing this because it brings me back to the piano bar days when I at least 30 years of piano bars in Chicago. I mean, and those were 5-hour nights. We playing, cranking out songs and singing. And that was with thick smoke in the air, breathing and, singing. Somehow I survived. I don't even know how I'm here. Hey, Jim Scheffler. You might have been watching some of it toward the end there. The Chefmeister. Yeah, Jim Scheffler used to come into the piano bars where I worked, and the smoke was pretty thick, right, Jim? And people drank a lot then in those days. Jim didn't. He did. I never saw him take a drink. He was a clean living guy. But he knew a lot about music, and for me, it was about the music. There was a lot of great songs in the Great American Songbook, and I think that might be the theme of one of my future sessions here is the Great American. Well, that's what I do anyway, the Great American Songbook. These are freewheeling piano bar sessions, really. Just doing them twice a week, and it gets me back into being excited about this repertoire of great songs. I mean, and I'm relearning a lot of old songs. Yeah, there's the song Sophisticated Lady. I'll do that next time. It's a perfect song for the piano bar setting. And yeah. And then I had to play so many hours in those days. I had to spend a lot of my spare time learning songs because you want to keep your own repertoire up and keep your own enthusiasm level up. So you learn songs that you like. And so many of the songs that I learned were suggestions from the patrons who came into the piano bar. And so I'd learn a lot of the old standards from the Great American Songbook. And that's, Old Devil Moon, that's one of them. That's from the great Sinatra album called Songs for Swinging Lovers. If you haven't heard that Sinatra album, check it out. It's probably on YouTube. Songs for Swinging Lovers, Frank Sinatra. And I'll do some more songs from that album next time. Every song on there is like great. I mean, it's one of those things. It was just I did that earlier. It was just one of those things. So, yeah, I used to do some Chet Baker tunes. He has another album you should check out is Chet Baker Sings. Every song on that album is great. Every once in a while, you catch an album like that. Chet Baker Sings. Yeah. And Jim Scheffler, Sammy Scott is doing a internet piano bar type thing where she allows people to sing with her through the internet. And I don't know how she does it. Her husband Jim is kind of a computer guy, so he might have some way that they can deal with the latency. And you've seen it on TV a little bit. Some of these shows on TV, you have people, working together and singing together over the internet. And it's very difficult to do. I think. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. You don't see it successfully very often. I don't know how they do it. Yeah. There was the Earthquake tune. That's Cole Porter. So I'm really excited to come back again Wednesday. Wednesday at 4:00. We're going to do it again. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do Zoom. I've sort of got the routine down, doing it on. I use Ecamm, and I could show you my setup here. I actually have a light over here, and I have another scene over here with the overhead shot, and then I do have to remember to wear pants next time. So then I could even set up a third camera, and I do have a new camera on order. It's going to be here in another week or two. And it's going to make this visual look a whole lot better. I can't wait to get it. It's a Sony A5100 mirrorless camera. It's gonna help make it look a lot better. Yeah, Joe Sturmer says it's 2:45. There's no one in the place. That's a great Sinatra song. I'm gonna save this chat, put these songs in a list. And come back Wednesday, and I'll do a lot of these songs. But I wish I could see the audience on Zoom. That would be very cool. There possibly is a way to do that. I'm going to have to do some research. Jim Scheffler said, and I kind of vaguely remember this, we talked about doing a virtual piano bar back in the 90s. We said, hey, with the technology, we could do internet piano bar. And I kind of remember thinking about it then, but it wasn't quite to the level of technology where you could, or I don't know, just now is the time to do it, because if people are looking for something to do online and look for some sort of activity to do while they're sitting at home, and of course, there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of musicians and artists, performers online performing every day, and you can pick from some great performers. So this is I feel like I'm developing a skill here, I hope, and I developed my skill over 30 years in live piano bars. So it's a little bit for doing it on a completely internet medium. So keep working at it. I'm open to suggestion. I've been getting, some very brutal comments about what I can do to change it and tweak it and make it better. That's okay. I can take it. I can like, for instance, I could turn off the reverb while I'm talking and not singing, make that sound better. I mean, every time I do this, I make at least one egregious mistake, and I learn from it. And I learn a major thing every day I do this. So it's fun. It's fun to get into the geekiness of it, and the music. It keeps me in practice with the music. I relearn old songs. I'm going to learn some new songs, I'm sure, and I'm going to try to do some collaboration with some folks here in Sedona, and I'm going to keep doing it. I think this is going to be. We don't know how long actually this is going to be viable to do this on the internet. Uh, it's working now, but uh, it could be working out for a long time. I don't think the restaurants are going to be very quick to hire back musicians. That's just my gut feeling. You know, nobody. There's so many unknowns. We don't really know for sure what's going to happen. But I'm just thinking, you know, if the restaurants don't hire back musicians, or if they hire them, they can't hire us for any lower rate they were paying us. I find that would hard to believe. If they do, then it's not going to be a viable way to meet any any expenses. So musicians are going to have to reinvent themselves to some degree. It's just changing. It's just going to morph. It's just going to change. We don't know what it's going to be. So I'm looking forward to. I wake up every morning extremely happy of the new possibilities and trying out new things and doing away with the old things. Go figure. It's just great. Sure there's problems, financially and stuff. Musicians are in a bind. We have to reinvent ourselves. We have to if we keep working at it and keep focusing on it and try different things and think about it intelligently, I think we can come up with something great. I think it's going to be great, and I'm just really excited about it for some reason with no reason. I don't have a reason to be excited about it, but I am. I'm excited about it. I'm happy to be doing this. So anyway, that's enough. I don't even know if anybody's listening. I could be talking to nobody. Oh yeah, there's still 12 people listening to me babble on. We had at least a couple dozen or more at our peak. Could have been much more than that. But I'll see you again Wednesday. Thanks, guys. I'm going to say goodnight. I don't even know how to turn this friggin' thing off. How do you turn this off? There we go.